When setting up your resources page for your food web and for your ecological pyramid, if you're doing it in class, you're going to get a large sheet of paper like this. You're going to divide it in half. This one should say C, food web, and this one should say ecological pyramid. And then in the bottom corner, you should have your name. If you're doing this at home, you should create the same design, but in a Google table. Your ecological pyramid, you're going to draw an entire pyramid, and it will be labeled with your tertiary consumer, your secondary consumer, and your primary consumer. And again, I'm abbreviating these, but they should be written out. And this would be a producer. You're going to see the sun as part of this, but it should not be included in your ecological pyramid because it is not a living source. For your ecological pyramid, as stated in the instructions, the only thing you should have in this box or written in here should be your owl. And then you should only put the bone fragments of what you have in your actual owl pellet, such as if you have a rat, you want to write rat. If you had a mouse or a shrew. If you don't have those remains in your owl pellet, they should not be included in your ecological pyramid or your food web. You have a total of 15 species. From there, I'm going to write owl here because we did have an owl. And let's see, we had a rat and a mouse. You will then need to show on your food web energy flow with an arrow going from your rat to your owl and from your mouse to your owl. That means the energy is flowing from the mouse and rat into the owl. Now, you're also going to have to find primary consumers. These could be insects and then producers such as a plant. You must use specific names. Again, on the website, right here, there are, under the stream, you're going to find some very specific websites right here. These are South Dakota websites from like the South Dakota Department of Game, Fish, and Parks to the SDSU extension. So these are lists of insects, critical species, plant lists, true bugs. These are all in South Dakota. You need to make sure that your list is entirely made up of organisms that are found within South Dakota. If you have mouse, you have to have something that the mouse is feeding off of. And if that's off of like a moth, then you have to also put a producer in which the moth is feeding off of as well. So make sure that you clearly mark those onto your ecological pyramid. Remember, you have to have 15 total organisms for your ecological pyramid, and it has to be mapped out. The sun does not count as one of your organisms. For the next portion of your pyramid, you will have the back page of your large piece of paper, or you'll be creating a table from this. You will need to label this with 3 sections here. D, number pyramid. E, which is going to be your biomass pyramid. And F, which is your energy pyramid. From these, we will then create the diagrams that you see in your lab rubric. This is simply the answer key for this. Your lab rubric is going to have the work shown in here. Again, I'm simplifying by writing tertiary, secondary, primary, and producer. It's just for shorthand so that you can see that. But you need to write them out within your large piece of paper or in the data table that you create. If you are doing this online, you can always use Google Draw, or you can use the write function that's found, or the draw function that's found right up here in your Word. Those are the charts, and we'll have another video to show you how you calculate for each one of those.